Now to the Fairmount fire tragedy. We are learning more about the fire that killed 12 people yesterday in Fairmount. There were a couple of updates this afternoon. Officials say it is still very much an active investigation, and they've brought in the ATF's National Response Team to help out. Let's get right out to Jeff Cole with the very latest. Jeff.
The district attorney's office is confirming a published report in the Philadelphia Inquirer that a child, 5 years old, possibly younger, playing with a lighter may have in fact lit a Christmas tree that caused the blaze that killed 12 in this fire yesterday, including 8 children. That is the new information tonight. Now let's take a look at some pictures of what was also learned today. Investigators could be seen moving in and around the North 23rd Street row home, where 12 died yesterday, including 8 children. The Federal Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosive Agency has moved a specialized unit in to help with the probe. Investigators today called the scene traumatic, a complex investigation. Also today, the head of the Philadelphia Housing Authority has revealed the number of people inside that home to be far less, or at least somewhat less, than the number of people that the fire investigators spoke of yesterday in a press briefing. He spoke to the press mid-afternoon today.
Our lease and agreement with the families indicate that 14 members, 14 authorized residents were supposed to be in Unit B. In Unit A, there was supposed to be 6 members. This is a time of year when family gather. We are not going to be critical of the families who have suffered this unimaginable loss. If the fire marshal determined as a result of this fire that they were not in fact working or they were not in fact operational, it would be that they were tampered with or the batteries were somehow removed. We don't go into units and remove batteries.
So, 2 important points there, folks. 2 important points. So that's the head of the PHA, the Federal Housing Administration that actually runs the home where the fire occurred. He said that they were under lease to have 20 people in that home, not the 26 that fire investigators say were living in there or that they believe were living in there at the time of the fire yesterday morning. Also, there have been reporting, and we have reported, that there were 4 smoke detectors in that structure. None of them worked. And again today, the head of the PHA said that in fact when they were finished with their most recent inspection in May of 2021, smoke detectors, more than 4 they indicated, were in fact working, and if they were not working at the time of the fire yesterday morning, as it has been reported, then they believe in fact the batteries are removed or somehow tampered with. Also again, the DA's office confirms that it has in fact filed a search warrant that indicates a 5-year-old child playing with a lighter may have lit up a Christmas tree that caused this tragic, fatal fire. That's the latest from here. We'll be back at 6. I'm Jeff Cole in Fairmount. Folks, back to you.
All right, we'll see you at 6. Thanks, Jeff.